I'm soaking in a hot spring up here in Kintamani, but as we're here anyways, in this hot spring, let's talk about what makes Kintamani unique. Kintamani is once again located in the Highlands where the weather is very favorable. And because the weather here is a more of an alpine, cooler climate, you'll see that people do more alpine, cooler climate things, such as trekking, dirt bike trails leading up to the mountain, farming, more associated with the temperate climate here because of our high altitude. Kintamani is also known for being a very famous coffee producing region of Bali, and it produces a really luscious blend of coffee. They are famous for coffee. They are also famous for produce, in expensive produce in tidy little plastic boxes that you find in more upscale grocery stores here in Bali too as well. Now, I think what makes Kintamani an interesting explore is the recent growth of two things. One, lake view cafes. Lake view cafes have sprung up all along the edge of the volcanic caldera, which are incredible. They're places that you would they're like a hotel, but without rooms. And now that I think about it, a lot of them started as gigantic cafes and now they have actually added rooms. So they are becoming literally hotels that started from restaurants that have pretty fresh and interesting food because they're able to get the local ingredients right from the organic farms in this area. So that makes the proliferation of these destinations quite interesting. This has mostly spurned the interest of domestic travelers who come to Kintamani looking for, I think, what is actually quite good. It's a classic Indonesian experience. The cafe culture is very popular throughout Indonesia because most Indonesians are Muslim and so they don't drink alcohol. So coffee is the appropriate substitute. The next proliferation are what I would call nature-themed travel. These are tent parks like the one I'm staying in right now, cabins, and other types of these accommodations that are low impact in the environment, keep the trees, and sort of don't compromise the association of nature, even if it means that there's going to be a lot of pesky little creatures, which we'll talk about soon. So these two factors seem to be the main economic indicators that I've seen in the past. I'm going to try to discover whatever we find that might be a new economic indicator that could potentially bring more positive tourism viability to this region here in North Bali. Morning. So last night we drove all the way to this little campsite on the caldera of a volcano. You can kind of see the edge of the caldera right there, next to this onion farm. Most of you have ever seen an onion while it's still in the... Wow! Look at this. There's so many. Just rows and rows of Oh wait, I stand corrected. I think those are shallots. These are way more important than onions. These are shallots. Shallots are found in so much of Balinese cooking. They're an essential ingredient that goes into sambals and nasi goreng and pretty much everything. Oh my god! Oh my god, this is horrendous. Fly apocalypse here. This is our motorbike and there's a million flies on it. Can you see that? Gross. Oh my god, that's my helmet. Why are there so many flies here? This is a big drying rack for freshly harvested shallots, you see? They're just pulled out of the ground and they're left here to... I think I found the magic boundary. This is some invisible line, after which, in this forest, there are no more flies. I guess flies can't travel very far, and they probably don't like forests, because it's probably too far from where they're born. This forest is actually quite lovely. The air is so clean. It just started. Okay, hello. Well, I'm not very serious about hiking up this mountain. I've reached a little rest stop here on the way up to Batur. And there's a ton of dirt bikes over here. And I'm thinking this must be a dirt bike club. I think the rider's taking a bit of a break. The one interesting thing is everybody's saddles are full of flies. Why are there so many flies here? And so my theory now is that the flies need salt. And the salt comes from sweat. And so that's why they're always, they found me. They're all the way on me right now. Why are there so many flies here? Because they're seeking salt. All right, so I just spoke with the local guy. Thank you. Yes. Okay. And so theory confirmed. So the flies come from the fertilizer, which is, of course, chicken droppings. And the chicken droppings are specifically good for growing bawang merah, the shallots that we just saw. So I guess now when I think of ayam sambal mata, I think of the full cycle. I think of like, all right, the chickens do the shitting, that then goes to grow the shallots, which then get put together in one dish. So, all right, that's why chicken and shallots come together in Bali. They are a full circle. Arriving through the upstairs parking area, I think Oculus has actually done this idea pretty well. So you got an accommodation over on this side, all with the volcano and lakeside views. And then over on this side, you have a restaurant, also with the lakeside views. A pretty good idea. And this design is also a fairly good idea. It invites a flow up to the rooftop to give some choices. As you walk through the center, you're introduced to different levels in this. And I think this is also a smart design. It allows different modalities of visitors to make the most of their experience here. So like over here, there's probably people just coming in looking to get a coffee, your regulars. They don't want to deal with, you have these pods of dining spaces over all along this side. And my God, you seem to even have, what is this? No explanation for what this is. Maybe I can ask this. Oh, hello, hi, morning. What is this? It's a fire pit.
Yes, fire pit.
Just to keep warm or to cook food?
Normally you can cook marshmallows.
Cook marshmallows?
Sometimes. This one is lava stone.
Oh, wow, lava stone. Very cool. All right, thank you. So that's the cafe area. And then upstairs they've broken. And this lounge has even like some meeting rooms here, cigar room over there, a very nice frame of the volcano over here, and some more enclosed seating so that you can be insulated from the elements. This, I think, is a pretty practical design. Outdoor lounge area. Oh, wow, look at that. There's some more construction happening here. So market insights, somebody is planning on capitalizing in that little ravine there between the bamboo grove and those palm trees, and next to the road there. To finish my design critique, I think this is actually quite brilliant. These stairs lead up to the little infinity edge pool, which is really tiny, but it's okay because you're in that pool overlooking this entire scenery. I'm not here to promote Oculus. I have no affiliation with them. The lesson to be learned here, I think, is this, that if you create a multifunctional space, you run two risks. One risk is that you don't focus, so you don't become good at accommodations, or you don't become good at food and beverage, or whatever. But the other is you've captured the attention of so many different people that would have gone to other places to experience their holidays. So now they're coming here for music, they're coming here to have corporate meetings, they're coming here to stay overnight, and they're definitely coming here for coffee. One approach towards building attraction to a certain destination. Did I mention that Kintamani has hot springs? This pool is being fed by a spring of water coming from over there. Here's the spring of water. Oh my God, it's a hot tub. Oh, it is so hot in here. This is hot spring water that's being fed from probably a source close to where there's a geovet, and it's going into this pool here. It is hot. It is therapeutic. I probably can't stand too much of this before I need to run out. I just saw this glamping site from afar and it looked pretty cool. So here's the sign up there, and let's go up this trail to take a look at how glamping is being done. There's a quality road here. All right, so this gentleman in front of me is going to show me some of their amazing geodesic domes. Oh my God, they are very attractive. Okay, this is truly glamping. Comes even with this dog. Hi, friendly dog. This dog, let's take a look inside. Wow, it's really warm in here. It's a geodesic dome. I won't lie, it's very, very hot in here, but the experience is pretty cool. So this is this is plastic, and it has a lake view and pretty solid geodesic style. I wonder how they vent out the hot air. Oh, Daddy Sini. Okay, all right. So there's a portal that lets the hot air out, provide some ventilation. This is very nice. So these domes oversee the land over here, and it looks like somebody up there is planning on excavating. And there's even more like domes behind here. Let's ask them a few questions. Boleh tanya biapa bookingnya Traveloka? Okay, so kalau di sini kebanyakan orang Indonesia ke sini ya. Interesting. So a lot of Indonesian people like to go glamping. Okay, all right. Who would have thought? So anyway, quite beautiful. Good piece of land. Good experience. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Kintamani as a region is really well known for the coffee and the oranges, and we're just on the side of the road right here, an orange and coffee plantation. And that's for me, that's kind of exciting. Those are the two major breakfast beverages in one place. Orange juice and a cup of coffee. Kintamani, an unexplored region up here in the highlands of Bali. Perhaps one of the worst areas to invest in Bali? Well, according to this heat map, it shows that Kintamani consistently gets very negative reviews. However, there is some promise and potential shown in an uptick of younger generations of travelers seeking more natural experiences. This exciting region, what are the insights that would justify a future potential investment here? This is Jing again with the Bali Business Review, Kintamani.